Well, a story getting hundreds of shares on our THV11 Facebook page. Damascus police can no longer write speeding tickets after being dubbed a speed trap.
It's a story we've followed for almost 2 years after an 11 Listens question asked us to look into the amount of speeding tickets written in that small town. THV11's Winnie Wright explains what today's new sanctions mean for you.
Right outside the Damascus city limit, you'll come across a 45-mile-per-hour warning sign. And just beyond that, the speed limit sign. And typically just beyond that, you'll often find a Damascus police officer writing tickets. That is, until today. For the first time in a long time, there weren't any Damascus police officers posted along the speed limit signs Wednesday.
People who drive up and down this road respect these police officers, and they know when they come here they got to go the speed limit or they get a ticket.
That's because DPD officers are no longer allowed to write traffic tickets.
You can't have 30% of the tickets, the revenue tickets, traffic tickets, that exceed the expenditures from the previous year. And so they were clearly in violation.
Prosecuting attorney Cody Highland launched an investigation after multiple complaints. Damascus police, which is only made up of a handful of officers, wrote an average of 1,500 tickets per year on the short stretch of Highway 65 that runs through the town. The city has maintained that it fell below the 30% threshold, saying the reality is that Damascus is situated on a heavily trafficked highway where reasonable, plainly posted speeds are commonly and unfortunately disregarded by many motorists, which creates a public safety issue that the city is legally and morally bound to address with the resources it has at its disposal. However, former DPD officer Samantha Shaw says she overheard a conversation between the mayor and former police chief. Revenue was the motive.
The mayor's in there yelling at him to write tickets and get out there, write tickets, and so that's what we did.
Mayor Pavitt did not respond to our multiple requests for comment. Police do still have a role in Damascus.
They can still respond to residential burglary calls, theft calls, and things like that. But when you violate the public trust and you've abused your police power, which clearly they have, according to our finding, you've lost the ability to continue to engage in that sort of activity.
Highland says those sanctions are in effect for 2 years. During that time, the Van Buren and Faulkner County Sheriff's offices, as well as ASP, can write traffic tickets. It has brought mixed reactions from those who live and drive through Damascus.
I think it might be a good thing that it be shut down.
Well, I just hope that the sanctions doesn't cause this to be less than the safe community it is right now.
The city of Damascus has filed a petition for injunction in hopes of getting a short-term halt on the sanctions and eventually a long-term nullification.